Hey, what's up everybody? I'm gonna shoot a little video here, doing something a little different from what I've posted in the past. There's not gonna be any sand, no dirt, no falling over hopefully. But I am in the city of Guanajuato, which is the capital city of the state of Guanajuato, which is basically smack dab in the middle of mainland Mexico. And it is probably the most unique, beautiful, cool city I've been to so far in Mexico. So I wanted to do a little tour. Figured that was the best way to show you guys around this place because it's just amazing. And along the way, maybe I'll give a little facts and tidbits about the place, what I know. After all, I've been here almost 24 hours and I read the Wikipedia page, so I'm for sure an expert. So you can take everything I say as complete truth and don't bother fact checking me. So that was just the driveway to my Airbnb. And that's about how a lot of these roads are around here. I already took a wrong turn. By the way, I'm doing this without GPS. I figured that would be a little more fun. We could explore and get lost together. So I do not have my GPS running. I'm just gonna ride aimlessly and try not to go the wrong way down a one-way tunnel, because there are a bunch of those. We're going to follow a taxi cab, because if the cab is going down a road, it means it's a road. In this city, it's kind of hard to find actual roads. A lot of the roads you think look like a road turn into an alleyway, and all of a sudden there's stairs. You'll be just rolling down a little hill like this, and then all of a sudden, oops, it's a staircase. Like this. That is a staircase. We might have to abandon this no GPS idea. Yeah, I think we're going to abandon the no GPS idea. Turning around here is going to be special. take two. Alright. This appears to be a road with a lot of people coming up and down it. Wait for these people to clear. And I think in some ways this is going to be like off-roading. A little urban off-roading. So far, the only way I've gone down to the center of the city is by walking. So, and like I said, it's all narrow pathways and alleyways that have stairs on them and stuff, so you definitely can't drive a motorcycle on them. So yeah, I don't really know how to get down here in a vehicle, so I had to abandon the no GPS plan. Okay, at least we're down the hill and into the city part now. I might turn the GPS back off and just wander. But we'll see where this takes us. I will say these roads are pretty nice compared to some of the other small towns I've been in. A lot of them have basically cobblestone roads that really are no better than riding off-road. This at least has nice smooth rock on the roads, although it'd probably be a nightmare if it's raining. Extremely slippery. Popular butcher shop. Actually, I think what I'll do is I'll leave the GPS running and do my own thing, and it'll keep trying to direct me back so we stay in interesting areas. But I do want to go through this tunnel right here. The city is cool. It has tunnels everywhere. Well, obviously you can see by looking around, it's very hilly, and they just decided to dig tunnels straight through the mountainsides in a whole lot of places. I think there's got to be at least a dozen long tunnels in the city. Mining cart from back in the day. One thing about motorcycles in Mexico is the rules do not apply to us, or so it seems. Just kind of go around everybody. On the first gear, I could keep going around everybody. Catch up with the scooter girl. We got ourselves a stop. Also, roundabouts in Mexico make no sense. Every single roundabout has its own set of rules. I just do what the other bikes do. Disneyland ride going through these tunnels. Believe it or not, ever since the one purposeful deviation I made, I have been following the GPS. This is technically the quickest route to get back to the center of the city when we were already pretty much in the center of the city. This is very much a walking town. Not very efficient to rely on vehicles to get around here. It would be nice to be on a scooter right now. There's no way I'm fitting through there. So while we're stopped here, a little bit of history. What I know about Guanajuato is a very old settlement going back way before the Spanish ever showed up here. The legends of the native peoples here talk about being able to find gold and silver just laying on the ground. It was so abundant. There'd be nuggets just laying on top of the ground. So it obviously became a settlement for them, as they would use it for their political and religious ceremonies and artifacts and things like that. And then when the Spanish came, of course, we all know why. They came here for gold, so of course they were attracted to this city, or this settlement. And it quickly became one of the most important cities to Spain in the early days of their colonizing. I believe this is in the late 1600s, maybe mid 1600s. And it quickly became the largest producing silver mine in the world, and it stayed that way for a very long time. I want to say 100 plus, maybe 200 years. Again, I read the Wikipedia. I'm an expert, so you should believe me. And yeah, that's why this city thrived. That's why it was built here in this wacky terrain. You wouldn't think there's any reason for a city to be here. There's not really any fresh water around. There's no rivers that run through here. The terrain is very rough, but it had just a huge abundance of gold and silver. And then it always stayed a huge city, and it played a very vital part in the Mexican Revolution when they finally won their independence from Spain. In fact, there's a huge statue here of a man named, I'm not even going to try to remember it or pretend like I know it. So you can look that up on Wikipedia if you are interested. But there was a man here who led the charge in the first battle of the Mexican Revolution, which took place here in this city of Guanajuato. And that was, I believe, in September. I think the 12th of September. I've noticed the 12th of September is an important date around Mexico, and a lot of streets are named after it, so I'm going to go with that. But hopefully we'll get to a vantage point where we can see the statue. It's very massive, and it's up on a big hill and overlooks the whole city. It's really cool. It's also cool to go over there because you can take a little gondola that takes you up the hill. It's a fun little ride, pretty cheap. About $3 to go up and down it. So yeah, that's about what I know about the history of Guanajuato. Maybe as we go around I'll make stuff up. But it's pretty cool. The whole city is very much like this street here. Everywhere you look there's just little shops. Some of them more touristy than others. I think even the locals use them to shop. Not all just barking at me. But it's just a very cool city, and it's been very open too. As you can see, looking around, everyone's wearing masks and doing their best to social distance. But the restrictions in place here are very low. Pretty much all the restaurants are open. Yeah, that's a good spot to drop someone off. We're only sitting in traffic for the last 10 minutes. Could have got out 50 feet ago. Mama. So as you can see, it's very lively. Lots of activity going on. This is probably, I mean, other than the major cities like Guadalajara, even Mazatlan, were busy in the sense that things were open, people were going about their normal lives. But for being such a small town, this is definitely the most active small town I've seen. There's people out from first thing in the morning till late at night. Bars and restaurants stay open late. There seems to be no real restrictions. This is also the first night I've spent in the state of Jalisco, and I know Mexico's doing their COVID rules by state, so I've spent previously the last 2 weeks or so in Jalisco. Excuse me, I'm in Guanajuato now. So it could just be statewide rules for Guanajuato or more lax. I don't know. But it's nice to see. It's nice to see people going about their normal lives a bit. Get around this. This Saturday I've seen a few what look like weddings going on, maybe quinceañeras, but yeah, people really dressed to the nines. Love to see it. Humanity. Humans being humans again. I'm never quite sure whether I should pass a cop or not. I see other motorcyclists do it all the time, but I don't know. It doesn't seem worth the risk. And actually, now that I think about it, I'm not wearing my normal riding jacket. I'm not wearing my backpack, which holds all my paperwork. So I currently do not have my vehicle permit with me, or my passport, or my visa. So I'm gonna try to stay off the radar of the police. Don't really want to be on this cop's radar anymore. Definitely took notice of me already. By the way, it's Valentine's Day. For those of you with a special someone out there, don't forget about them. And if you feel lost watching this, don't worry, I am too. So it's about 4 in the afternoon. It is Saturday, so I don't know what difference that makes as far as the normal hustle and bustle. But I think things really start to pick up around 5 or 6 p.m. around dinner hour. There's just a lot of these doors you see that are closed right now are restaurants. Walked through here last night, and all of it was open, literally everything. So it gets pretty lively at night. Lots of people walking around. It seems like a pretty popular place to go out. It is a bit of a hipster town, I think. Lots of young people come here, maybe from the surrounding smaller towns, I don't know, or maybe they just live here. I do believe there is a university here, so that could be part of it. Yeah, it's definitely one of the more hipster towns I've been in Mexico. Walked past multiple places last night that served craft brews and, you know, things other than traditional Mexican food. You can get sushi, pizza. Oh, here we go. Here is, I believe, the biggest temple in the city. At least when you're up on top of the hill, it's the most prominent that sticks out easily. No idea what it's called, but it's very cool and very pretty. Trying to get somewhere where we can get a view of the statue. Oh, I'm facing the wrong way. Up there to the left is a... Oh, that's not it. I was about to lie to you. I can't do that in good faith. I'll save that surprise for if I actually see it for real. Some nice motorcycle parking. We want to stop and have a beverage or an ice cream cone, horchata, limonada, cerveza, tequila. Oh, here's that where I was earlier, where I tried to cut the cop off. Let's see, do we do more tunnels? The tunnel to the right there. I don't think I want to take it though. I get very lost in the tunnels. Don't you honk at me. Honk at your buddy that was taking too long to make a right turn. Craziness. Basically no rules. Oh, geez, what are you doing? Following the rule of no rules, but of course. I like that rule too. Go away. Okay, I think we're going to venture a little. Let's follow the sign to Leon. That is a highway. Actually, no, it's not. I'm here. I had half a gallon left. I am running low on gas. I wanted to fill up before I pack everything back on the bike again, before I leave tomorrow morning. But here we are, basically leaving the Centro area, Zona Centro. And we'll go up and see if we can get a good vantage point somewhere. How about that? It's amazing, man. Everywhere you go around here, just every 50 feet is a different smell, but they're all amazing. Wow. There's just so much good food around here. I could walk around this town all day just picking away at little food stands and restaurants that are set up all over the place. I don't really know where I'm going right now. I'm just keeping an eye out for a sign that says Centro, an arrow pointing somewhere, and I will go that way. Because all that talk about food has got me a little hungry. I think I might go have a snack or something. There was an elote stand that I walked past earlier that I really wanted to eat at, but I had just stuffed my face full of tacos only 30 minutes before, so I decided to mentally mark where it was and try to find my way back there later. So let's do that. Let's try to find that elote stand. Oh, the Museo de las Momias. There was a museum of mummies here. I don't think I'm going to have time to check it out this time. Without giving away too much, this will not be my last time in Guanajuato, but I am leaving tomorrow. I'm a bit sad about it because I want to stay longer, but I will definitely be back here for a slightly longer stay. There's so much here I want to see, and this just seems like a cool town to just chill for a little bit. Hang out. Is that kid dead? There you go. I like to put my kid in a chair in the middle of the street too. It's a good place for him. It's a little tricky getting around this town on these bumpy roads. Believe it or not, I think it might be harder without my gear on the back of the bike because I have my preload in the rear set to its absolute max, since I carry around basically the equivalent of a full-size adult passenger in my luggage. So I'm really on my tippy toes on this bike when I'm unloaded, and these roads are kind of rough. Trying to tippy toe down these hills is a little sketchy sometimes. Okay, I do recognize this. Came through here before. Alright, well I think I'm going to wrap this up here. Turn off the recording for a bit. I'm going to find something to eat. I will pick this back up and see if we can find our way home without a GPS. Maybe that'll be a fun little challenge. Once again, one more reminder, it is Valentine's Day. It's your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your dog, your cat. Whoever is important to you. Actually, don't get them anything. It's a dumb holiday. Don't spend money on it. I'll talk to you later.